Hey guys, it's Coffin Crash, and let's talk about the insane new hunter that we just got called Nightblade. I'll show you some. I'll demonstrate his abilities a little bit in Chaos Dungeon, right? So you guys can understand what it is. But it is insane. Like there's new stuff. First of all, he has a potion that gives him twice as much damage, 60, like some dodge chance, and something else too. And then he has 3 abilities that share cooldown. So like every 10 seconds, you can activate one of these 3 abilities. One is Superior Offense, which is 100 times more damage, and it interrupts the boss's skill. It actually activates when the boss uses a skill, so you don't have to do anything. It's not like a normal attack, and it deals 100 times more damage for that one hit. And it has a 1 minute cooldown, but you can lower the cooldown by getting more of this ability while you're in the game. So if you get this 3 times, then I guess it goes down by 20% each time, right? But that's insane, because imagine you're throwing in poison or even just burn. Like you have 100 stacks of burn, you put in, you use this ability while you have 100 stacks of burn. 100 times 100 is what, 1,000, 10,000. 10,000 damage, and you can just let it run for a couple seconds. But that's only if you time it right? And the effectiveness goes up, which means 120 times more if you have, if you get an extra one, and 140 times more if you get an extra one again. So that is insane. Now, the other 2 abilities that it shares cooldown time with. So no matter what, if you use one of these abilities, there's a 10-second cooldown, right? But the most powerful attack one is 1 minute, not just 1 second, and not just 10 seconds, but you can lower it. The other one here is Defense, which is a 20-second cooldown, which triggers when someone attacks you and hits like 50% of your max HP or more. In that case, he creates like a 75% damage shield, so you only take 25% of that damage, which is pretty awesome. Probably good for Abyssal, Dark Forest. I haven't actually gotten there yet, so I don't know. But I mean, in the future we might get more stuff, so that's a pretty crazy defensive ability. Obviously, we want to use Eradiconium more, the 100 times more damage, or 120 times, or 140 times more damage ability. Now, Incendium is more like a burn ability. It creates 10 burn stacks and does 10 times more damage when it hits. And it has a 10-second cooldown, so you can use it again and again. But it only activates when you have 4 or more enemies around you. And his range is kind of short, so you kind of have to like gather the crowd and then like stand right in the middle of everything, and then you can activate the ability. I'll try to show you that in Chaos. All right. Okay. That's insane. So then you have, I think I already mentioned this, but you have the potion, right? So two times more damage, 60% dodge chance when you drink the potion, and then you have 800% HP regeneration, and it goes for 90 seconds with the 10-minute cooldown. But if you have Magus Peculum, I think that's how you say it, it increases the effectiveness by 200% and reduces the cooldown to by also 200%, which means it's a 5-minute cooldown. And if the battles really take that long, I guess 5 minutes is okay. But the best thing is that the effectiveness goes up by 200%, so the damage goes to, like, instead of 2 times, now it's 4 times, and you add 4 times the Death Fest, which gives you a lot of extra damage, and you have Eradiconium, which is like 4 times 100 times, so it's like 400 times damage. Insane stuff. All right, so I'm going to show you this in Chaos right now. It's a little bit hard because I'm still getting used to it, but now I'm going to show you guys in Chaos how these abilities work, right? I had to re-record this one. I'm going to go for Dragon. It's very subtle. I think the Eradiconium animation is literally like 3 gills. Dragon, there we go. Dragon Caesar. So first I have to get the ability. I'm going to go for Eradiconium and try to ignore the rest. Okay, so we have this. That. I have to try to get the ability. Eradiconium, there we go. Alright, we have 1 level of Eradiconium. Okay, do 2 levels. 3 levels of Eradiconium. I think that's the max, I'm not sure. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. Oh, do you see that? That damage? That was 100 times damage right there. And I forgot to even drink the potion, so it would have been double, right? But now, if I had any level of poison or something, that would have just gone, like, all the way through. Alright, it's very, very quick. But, you know, there's a 60-second cooldown, so I can't do it again. Now I'm going to try to get Incendiary. I guess it's... Let's go for that.
this, that. Go for more. Death Vest is common, which is insane. I don't know if I can get Incendiary in this one, but there we go. Incendiar. Okay. So for Incendiar, I am going to collect all of these guys and try to like force them into the center, because I need 4 of these guys. It's gonna be a red bulb. All right. Do you see that? I was just running around and it was like a fireball. If you didn't see that, go back. Right. If you didn't see the end. In the Eradiconium ability, go back to that too, because it's really fast. It looks like 3 gills, and it goes like that. It's very hard to see, but you guys can see this is how much damage it did without much buff. I forgot the potions and everything, but it would have done double damage if it was potions, so it would have been here. And if I had poison or burn or something, it would have just gone like this for the next tick, and then the boss would be dead. So that's how the abilities work. It's really hard for me to show you in real time, but that's why you can go back in the video and take a look at what happened when that happened. Because I didn't even attack it, right? It was not my pet. Okay. Now, as for its normal attacks, I just got too excited for all these special abilities, so I went really crazy, right? So you have a potion that gives twice the damage. If you awaken it, it's 4 times. Plus regeneration, plus dodge chance. Eradiconium does 100, maybe 120, 40% if you get it multiple times. Primonium is a shield that protects from like huge hits, and Incendium is the fire one, but you need like 4 guys around you, and his range is pretty short, right? Okay, then you have Death Vest. So that's the summary of everything that's going on. Now, his normal abilities is a 3-step sword maneuver. Damage increases by 200 for each step. So the first hit, I guess, is 200% damage. The second hit is 400. Next is probably 800. And if you continue, it's like 248, 248, 248. So if you have any, fire damage, or you have a lot of poison or something that you want to add on, or maybe your partner wants to add on, then you can have Nightblade deal the damage, have your partner run away. Like maybe he's using Plague Rat or Plague Doctor or something, tons of poison. Then you have Nightblade hitting the shots. He hits really hard, and the poison will hit really hard because poison is based on the last hit, the damage of the last hit. And if the damage of the last hit is 200 times or 400 times or 800 times more, or you do Eradiconium, which is 100 times, 120, 140 times, the boss is basically as good as dead, not to mention all the potions that you can add in. But it is very specific, and it's hard to catch. If you screw up, you can't get your ability back for another 30 seconds, so it is a little bit risky. You require some skill here, right? Okay, guys, that is the summary of what Nightblade is. If you have any questions, I might have some questions too. Go ahead and ask. I'll go ahead and ask the creator of the game of how it's supposed to work, or at least one of the programmers there have how the ability is supposed to work. Now, for fun, we're gonna take a look at something. So here's the thing. There's this guy called Punto Trato Punto. All right, he he figured this out, and I'm giving him credit there. All right, so go check him out. Like, he's finding this kind of stuff. That means he's pretty good at this stuff. Punto Trato Punto on Instagram. He found out that you can actually go into space or of the void if you try to use this guy in what do you call this again? Undergrounds? Yeah, undergrounds. All right, so it works normally for. I tried this out, right? It works normally for a bit. You can lose those abilities. Ooh, I almost died here. Careful. Remember the potion. All right, and here we go. And you guys can see I'm still getting kills thanks to my pet. Now I can attack, but it's not hitting. My pets are hitting though. See, my pets are still hitting. So I don't think you could. You probably can't. I don't know if you can pass this. You can probably pass some levels like this. It's not ideal. Like, your score's going up very slowly, and you have a time limit, so it doesn't really matter too much. Okay, but the cool thing is we're now in the night. Hence the name Night. The night in his name, right? And you can run around, and it's kind of interesting is that I should probably do 10x zoom out or something. What's interesting is that in this layer, some of the rocks are still here. Let me see if we can find it. I'm trying to run around. And the funny thing is that one circle that follows you around is still hitting you, no matter where you go. Even if you go on to a different dimension, that poisonous, there we go. The poisonous circle is still hunting you down. So, and then there's the layer of rocks that you can't touch, right? It's still blocking you. I find that it's very interesting. So we actually get transported to a layer. This is the star realm. Let's call it the star realm, right? And then, but there's stars and there's stars, and then eventually there is space. You guys can kind of see the little smoky thing that as you run, right? Or maybe it's just, yeah, it just follows you wherever you go. Oh, so does the poisonous sphere. No matter where you go, it's here. Okay. So, I find it hilarious that sphere is still running around, still following you. Even in the middle of the space, you'll never get away from poison. That is one dedicated sphere running around. There we go again. I mean, like, I just call that the star realm, and I call this like the space. You know, I think there's a theory that in space there's like stars everywhere, but then at a certain point there's no more things, and it just becomes space, right? I forgot what that theory is called, but this is basically what it is: space with nothing in it. Crazy stuff. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it about here. Once again, I'm going to give credit to Punto Trato Punto for finding this glitch. The creators loved it. There's a chat, we talk about this stuff. We love it. It's not going to help you in Undergrounds. Probably not, because the score that you get from it, from your pet attacking, is way too little. But, hey, you get to go to the Chaos Realm, and then the Nothing Realm. That's probably the best name for it. Alright guys, if I missed anything, go ahead and leave a comment below. Otherwise, tell me what you think. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.